good evening, or morning, or afternoon, whichever. Let's install IIS here, otherwise known as Internet Information Services. It's Microsoft's web server, competing with Apache, Nginx, Tomcat, some various other open source tools. Uh, IIS is essentially a web server. So it's a role, and it would come under the Roles tab here. Click Roles. That's what we have installed so far. And we're going to go add a role. Yeah, skip back down to web server. Boom. That's what they call it, web server. I'm just going to select it and click next. Tells me some stuff here. You can read all this if you want to. I've seen it a few times. I'm going to skip right on by it here. This is the default installation. I'm going to go with it. I'm just going to throw the default in here. See what happens. As for actual production websites, I'm much more familiar with Apache. So if I stumble over something here, bear with me. So I'm just going to take what is offered as default. Click next. Okay, I hope it doesn't need a restart. We'll go install. So again, that's in Server Manager under Roles. Just click Add a Role over here. Find Web Server. Click it and get it going. Get it going. If you look at statistics of types of web servers used on the internet, as I posted in an announcement, you'll see Apache's number 1, Nginx usually comes up number 2, and IIS is number 3. However, it is heavily used internally in many places. SharePoint, Exchange Server, the Outlook Web Access component, heavily reliant on IIS. So knowing something about how it's set up, how it's configured, and how it's used. That's it. That's IIS is running. Web server's up. I wonder what my warnings are. I'm not going to worry about it. It should be up and running. And actually, I should be able now to open Internet Explorer and go just localhost. Should give me there we go. The IIS 7 splash page, bunch of different languages. You can see information about IIS 7. So that tells me it's up and running. As long as I get this splash page, I know I have a web server running on this server. So how do I make that web server look at my content? Well, there's such things as the default directory that we have to deal with. You can set up multiple websites, each pointing in its own directory or virtual directory in most cases. I'm going to refer to a cheat sheet over here on my other screen. How to set up, let me close a couple of these things here. Okay. And we're going to set up a default website, essentially. We're going to point it at our directory or our location where we want the files to be. So go here, administrative tools, and I should have, where are you at? Internet Information Services, IIS Manager. Okay. Hello. It's going to take its time about opening up here. There it is. This is basically the portal for managing the web server on this thing. I don't have a website yet on this thing. So, well, we got the default. We'll go with that one. Want that? Right click it. Choose. Hey. I don't see the properties. Okay, give me a minute. Really? Let's go advanced settings. Yeah, I told you I'd never done this before on this one. I'm going to have to take my time here and figure out where my default document is located. Okay, there's my defaults, right? Let's look at configuration editor. That's not what I want either. Nope. All right, there's the website. Basic settings. There's the physical path. There's where it's sitting right now. I finally located it. Physical path. The actual what they're talking about is the path to where that website's located. It's in inetpub in system drive at the www root. So what I'm going to do right now is open documents, and I've got this. I'll show you what this is. Let's see. I want to open this to edit. Open with. Come on, where's Notepad? Isn't that nice? It's not going to give me the choice to open that Notepad. Oh, you bugger, you. Okay, back with it then. That's a little, it's where I want my website page I created. We'll go here, we'll go here, we'll go here, we'll go here. There's an HTML document, what's called IIS start. What we want is this one over here, index.html. Generally, that's considered the default starting document for nearly any website, index.html. So I moved that index.html, moved it into www root, test settings. Doesn't do anything. I don't want to connect as anything. What I want to just do is go see the page. That's what I was expecting to see right there. Hello world. That's all it is. The absolute bare essentials for a website. HTML tags and body tags. So that's pretty much it for just a default website. You can start adding additional websites from here. Set them up as virtual directories. It can get much more complex than what we have. You see here different levels of authentication, secure socket layer and settings. There's quite a bit of stuff here, but that's the basics. You get that far, you got a website running. That's it. All right. Thank you. Be back next week.